What's going on, YouTube? This is your friendly neighborhood DraftKings addict, bringing you my top picks for Week 8 NFL DFS slate. All right, guys, so let's go ahead and get into it, man. Before we get started, everyone, please drop a like really quick. Doesn't take much time, but it does a lot of good for the channel. And if you're new to DraftKings addict, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe before you go. All right, so let's go ahead and get into the NFL slate, guys. If you have not already, if you're playing some NBA DFS, go ahead and check out my video. I just posted my NFL picks video. Alrighty. And yeah, so a little shameless plug there. All right, at DraftKings_addict is my Twitter handle. Go ahead and give me a follow over there for DFS info and advice and updates, especially NBA. There could be a whole lot of different things that happen in NBA. aka somebody goes out hurt and it changes the whole dynamic of the slate. So give me a follow there. So let's get into the NFL slate. All right, Draft Dashboard is my research tool of choice. All right, if you're interested in checking out this software for your own personal DFS goodness, all right, NFL, NBA, NHL, and MLB are all available. There's a 30-day trial for $1. The link is in the description of the video. All right, so let's go ahead and get into it. So first and foremost, I go to my position optimizer and I look at each position. 12-game main slate, got a couple little mini slates in there. You know what I'm saying? If the 12-game slate is too much for you to handle, go ahead and drop down to a smaller slate. Give you less options. You can optimize those smaller lineups. All right, so first and foremost, quarterback, Deshaun Watson at the top. He's my guy that I'm paying up for. Going up against OKC, 51 point over and under, 6-point favorites. All right, this could be a nice game here, man. Houston and Oakland. All right, so at 7.1K, I like Deshaun Watson. Again, he checks all the boxes. Great matchup. Great quarterback. He can get it done in the air and on the ground. And he's a touchdown machine, bro. So, Deshaun Watson, definitely a guy I like paying up for. All right, middle of the road, a.k.a. my value plays is going to be Stafford and Josh Allen, believe it or not, man. Josh Allen gets a spot against Philly, who's been giving up points to quarterbacks lately, man. And again, Josh Allen's another guy that can get it done in the air and on the ground. He's going to give you some rushing attempts as well and rushing yards. So at 6.5K, I like Josh Allen in that mid-range. All right, going down a little bit further, closer to 6K, Matthew Stafford gets the Giants. All right, now his starting running back is out on IR now. So they could be looking to pass a lot more going up against these Giants, which is a great matchup for quarterbacks. And as we know, Matthew Stafford can definitely air out that ball, man. Put up 33 points last week. So he's definitely somebody that I'm considering. Going a little further down, guys. Tannehill, man. Got to start. Put up 23 DraftKings points and is only 5K. And now he gets a matchup versus Tampa Bay, which has been friendly to quarterbacks, as we know. So at 5.1K, Tannehill seems to be the one that's going to be running this Tennessee offense. Him and Corey Davis have been doing some damage. All right, so at 5K, going up against this Tampa Bay defense, who has been friendly to quarterbacks in the past, definitely like him. I didn't mark this guy, but Derek Carr. All right, going up against my Houston Texans. Again, they're going to be down, playing from behind. Could be a situation where he has to air the ball out. And at 5K, he could be a decent value play. All righty, but yeah, so those are my quarterbacks. At running back, I'm paying up at running back this week, y'all. My man Saquon is back, healthy. All right, put up 17 points last week. All right, but he gets a matchup that is very, 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 very favorable to running backs. And this guy here is a bell cow running back. All right, he got 18 rushes and 5 targets last week. Only put up 17 DraftKings points, but this is Detroit. Again, I expect Barkley to definitely pay off a lot more and do more. So 8.9K, this guy here is definitely one of my favorite plays. All right, coming down a little further. Todd Gurley did good last week, man. Got a touchdown, didn't he? Yeah, so, but I'm not going there with Gurley, but definitely Carson. Bell cow running back again, getting 20-plus touches every single game, it looks like. All right, last game came up a little bit disappointing, right? Only put up 10 DraftKings points, but the 2 games before that, 22 and 29. All right, so he gets a plus matchup versus ATL, who is friendly to the team and to running backs. All right, so at 7K, this guy here, his usage is through the roof. Definitely a play that seems to be safe because, again, he's getting 20-plus rushes every single game. So definitely love me some Chris Carson. All right, Ty Johnson is just a value play. All right, again, the starting running back for Detroit is out on IR. They really don't have a lot of options there when it comes to the Detroit running back game. So this guy here Got 10 rushes for 10 points last week. At 4.9K, should get a lot more rushes. He's actually getting targeted in the passing game as well, which, again, I do expect from Detroit. All right, so at 4.9K, this guy going to be highly owned, especially with the injury. At 4.9K, I think he'll have high ownership. So definitely, Ty Johnson, somebody you definitely want to consider. Austin Eckler. Now, I know it looks like it's going to be a tough matchup versus this Chicago defense, which has been beating up teams. All right, but their offense can't stay on the field to get them many chances to rest. So I like Eckler. Again, this guy, I know it says that he's a running back too, but really he's like a wide receiver 2 or 3. Okay, this guy's getting insane amounts of targets, and when it comes to the pass game, as we know, catches equal instant points on DraftKings. So at 5.9K, don't sleep on Austin Eckler. I like him, man. As you look at it, 29 DraftKings points last week. Okay, he outscored the main running back. All right, Gordon. So I do like Austin Eckler, who gets a lot of play in the receiving game for those Chargers. So another guy coming down a little bit further. I think I'm going to go ahead and hang out right there, y'all, with those guys as far as my running backs go. Again, I could take a chance on Sony Michel, but he's so inconsistent. We don't know what he's going to do. Chase Edmonds came in and blew up the world last week. All right. Gets a tough New Orleans defense this time around. Now, Latavius Murray could be a play, 5.8K, especially if we get Kamara still out. All right. They got a favorable matchup. They're plus 10 favorites against Arizona. So maybe he has another great day. He had 27 rushes last week, 6 catches or 6 targets, and 35 DraftKings points. So definitely somebody that you could consider. So let's go ahead and move on. Wide receivers. For wide receivers, of course, D. Hopkins is going to be in the mix, man. This guy's getting targets. He's putting up points, 17 points on average. All right, with some upside, going up against Oakland, which is a favorable matchup for receivers, man. Just all the boxes are checked with him. So definitely D. Hopkins is on my radar. I got Michael Thomas on here as well. Again, this guy here, just what can I say, man? Look at him. 23 points on average, 11 targets on average. He's playing 95% of the snaps. He's on the field. He's getting the targets. He gets Arizona. Check, check, and check. All right, yes, he's 8K, but the guy's worth it. If you could pay up for him, if you can find some value, definitely you definitely want to consider some Michael Thomas as maybe somebody to pivot from Hopkins, because Hopkins is going to be really high on. So you pivot from him to Thomas. Thomas outscores Hopkins. You jumping up in your GPPs, right? Depending on the rest of your lineup. I like Julian Edelman. All right, we had Gordon go out on IR. Yes, they did get Sanu. But Edelman, as you can see, is the target guy here in New England. All right, 12, 15, and 9, averaging around almost double-digit targets every game. And look at his point production, 23, 28, and 14 in the last 3 games. All right, so definitely Julian Edelman is somebody I like. John Brown again. John Brown going up against Philly. Philly's been giving it up to the receivers, as you can see, dead last in rank versus the position. All right, so this guy's getting targets, putting up points. Check, check, and check. Remember I said I like Josh Allen on the quarterback talk, so definitely pairing him with John Brown. As we can see, John Brown can get it done. Cortland Sutton has been thrust into the wide receiver 1 spot. They shipped off Sanders, all right? So at 5.3K, I like Sutton. Again, look at his targets. It should go up. Wide receiver 1, main guy. But as you can see, his production has been consistent. 19, 12, and 15. So he's getting it done over there on that Denver offense. All right, going up against Indianapolis. So the Colts. So let's get it. So definitely like me some Sutton. Corey Davis, like I mentioned before with Tannehill, this young man here, kind of boom and bust, not consistent. But I do like him versus this Tampa Bay team who gives it up to the wide receiver, as we can see, next to last in the wide receiver rankings when it comes to defensive rankings. So those are my favorite wide receivers, guys. Tyler Lockett, I didn't talk about, but I like him as well, going up against ATL, pairing him with maybe a Russell Wilson. All right, could be something that works out for you with Atlanta. All right, 53 over and under, guys. That's the highest over and under on the slate. So definitely want some of that Seattle and ATL game, okay? Next up, tight end. For tight ends, my favorite tight end right now is going to be Hunter Henry. This guy, again, Chicago is a tough defense, but that means that they're going to want to get the ball out of the hand of the quarterback really quickly. So that means Austin Eckler, Hunter Henry, should have some good attention and production in this particular game. Alrighty, so at 4.9K, look at Hunter Henry, man. 33 and 16 in his last 2 games, 8 and 9 attempts, so he's getting the attention. And again, with Chicago's defense, one of the weak spots is going to be the tight end coverage, and as we can see, 20th rank, so definitely like Hunter Henry. Next up is going to be Austin Hooper. Alrighty, especially if Matt Ryan is back from that ankle injury. I like Austin Hooper, going up against Seattle again, one of the teams that you can attack at the tight end spot. And again, Hooper, good Lord, Austin Hooper has been getting it done, as we can see, with 15, 14, and 29 in his last 3 games. This guy has definitely been showing out this year, as we can see. Look at his last 5 games right there. 15, 29, 14, 25, and 25. Alrighty. Darren Waller is definitely somebody you could pay up for at 5.9K. Again, this guy's getting consistent production. On paper, it looks like it's a tough matchup versus the Texans defense, but again, the Oakland Raiders should be playing from behind, considering the game script. So that could mean extra production for Mr. Waller, who is one of the highest producing tight ends on this season. So definitely like those guys. And that's pretty much all I have right now, my tight end pool. If you have any tight end plays that you're considering outside those 3 guys, let me know. Drop it in the comments below. I was going to say Darren Fells, but again, we mean the Houston Texans don't go to the tight ends a lot when it comes to the end zone and getting touchdowns. But again, this guy put up 13 and 16 in the 2 games prior. All right, and he's on the 3.4K, so Darren Fells could be in play. Looks like a good matchup, so somebody we could consider. All right. So, for defenses, guys, last but not least, I don't normally talk about defenses, but the Patriots, of course, the Rams going up against Cincinnati. All right, that new look Rams defense with Jalen Ramsey has been beast mode. And as you can see, they're 12-point favorites. All right, going up against Cincinnati, so that could be a spot where you pay up for that at 3.8K, depending on your roster, on your construction. The Saints at 3.5K gets Arizona, all right, who gives up a lot of sacks, and they can get some pressure on the quarterback. And the Saints defense have been playing well, 10 and 11 in the last 2 games. All right, next up, going down a little bit further, Jacksonville going up against the Jets. All right, Darnold, oh my God. Yeah, you know what happened last week. Gave it up to the Patriots. All right, now I'm not calling the Jaguars the Patriots, but at 2.9K, they can get you a few points there if we can get some turnovers from Darnold on that Jets offense. So those are my favorite defenses at the moment. So, all right, guys, so let's go ahead and look at DraftKings. Let me load up my lineup. So here you go. I got Barkley at my running back 1. Again, this guy, before the ankle injury, was putting up 25 and 20-point games. I'm expecting the same today versus Detroit. All right, Carson, again, workhorse back, averaging 20 DraftKings points or more per game. Again, had an off game against Baltimore, but that's a tough defense, guys. All right, Baltimore. So ATL is not Baltimore. So definitely like Chris Carson in this spot. All right, John Brown, like I said, that Philly defense gives it up when it comes to the deep ball. John Brown and Allen have been connecting, as you can see. We're getting somewhere around 16 yards per average per reception. So John Brown, somebody I like at 5.9K, is getting the targets, is getting the production, and it's a nice matchup versus Philly at home. All right, Hunter Henry, again, that Chicago defense is tough, but the weak spot is going to be that tight end spot. And again, Phillip Rivers and those Chargers are going to want to get the ball out of his hands quickly so they can get away from that Chicago pass rush. So Hunter Henry and Eckler are my 2 favorite guys from the Chargers. And again, it's Ty Johnson, cat from Detroit. Just a play on, a guy that's getting the starting role with the issue with Kerryon Johnson being out. All right, so this guy should get some uptick in his production at 4.9K. Probably be a highly owned guy for value, definitely in cash. So definitely somebody I want to have in my lineups. And then, like I said, the New Orleans Saints is my defense that I'm picking at home in New Orleans, going up against Arizona. As you can see, 10, 11, 6, 11. This team can get it done when it comes to sacks and interceptions, and also sometimes on the kick return game. So I definitely like the Saints going up against Arizona at 3.5K. So that leaves you with 4.9K per position. So looking at quarterback, if you pay down on your quarterback, let's say you go with a, let's see, who is my value play? Oh, Tannehill. All right, got a great matchup going up against Tampa Bay. That leaves you 4,900 for your last 2 wide receivers, which you should be able to find some good value at 4,900. All right, we got Sutton somewhere around that price range and so forth. You got Robbie Anderson if you're looking to go there. I wouldn't. But hey, DK Metcalf in that ATL game. All right, this guy had been doing a little bit of something at 5K. But yeah, so you get my point. Emmanuel Sanders in that San Francisco offense now. You got a couple options. Oh, Corey Davis, there you go at 4,400. Pair him with Tannehill and at least 5,400 for your last receiver. All right, so yeah, so there you go, guys. So at DK_addict over on Twitter, give me a follow. 30-day trial for $1 of this draft dashboard software in the link of the description of this video. All right, after you go and select all your players by clicking your watch players, you can come over here and optimize your lineup and let draft dashboard do the heavy lifting when it comes to putting your lineup together. Here's what it spit out. Again, for entertainment purposes only. Play it at your own risk, but it gave me Stafford, Ty Johnson, Carson, Julian Edelman, Corey Davis, Cortland Sutton, Hooper, John Brown, and my Rams. Woo! Defense. Nice. Cool. So if you like that lineup, just click save and you'll have your saved lineups over here. You could build multiple lineups or use the mass lineup generator at the top of the lineup optimizer to optimize you up to 100 lineups at one time. So, all right, guys. Peace. Thank you so much. Don't forget to like the video before you go. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Don't forget to subscribe. Y'all have a great day. I'll holler at y'all tomorrow. Peace.